and scandal, it finally happened. Rapper and entrepreneur Sean Diddy Combs built an empire around entertainment and various commercial enterprises. But federal prosecutors say his dealings over the decades also included criminal enterprises and sex trafficking. Diddy was arrested Monday night and pleaded not guilty in federal court in New York on Tuesday to charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The arrest follows a wave of sexual assault lawsuits and a federal human trafficking investigation in the past year. The judge ruled that Combs will stay in custody while he faces charges. Prosecutors contend he is dangerous and a flight risk. However, his attorneys are fighting for house arrest pending trial, and they plan to argue for that provision Wednesday afternoon.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges.
Earlier this year, law enforcement personnel served search warrants at Diddy's mansions in Beverly Hills and Miami, where they say they discovered assault rifles, mountains of drugs, and electronic evidence of aggressive sexual behavior.
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers.
For real?
Some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
For real?
Attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs are expected in
I
court
did not
in less
know.
than 2 hours. Cameras are not allowed inside the courtroom. However, no doubt media from around the country and the world will be set up outside the complex in New York. We will, of course, bring you the latest developments each hour. Reporting live in the News Center, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5.
Fuck that, I messed
All
up.
right, Chris, thanks for the update. Harvey Weinstein is scheduled to be arraigned on additional sex crimes charges in New York today. Last week, prosecutors said a grand jury handed out a sealed indictment.
Puff Daddy and Weinstein
3 additional
in court at the same
dating
time?
back as far as the mid-2000s. Weinstein has been recovering from emergency heart surgery at a Manhattan hospital.
I bet you Puff Daddy like this is a setup. Weinstein, you snitched on me, man. Weinstein snitched on Puff Daddy.
That trial is scheduled to begin November 12th.
A second wave of electronic devices explosions targeting members of Hezbollah's militant group has killed 9 more people and hundreds of others in Lebanon. The country's health ministry says more than 300 people were wounded when walkie-talkies exploded this morning.
Wow.
Blast in different areas of Lebanon, many of which went off at the funeral site for 3 Hezbollah members and a child killed the day before.
Wow.
Yesterday, pagers exploded across Lebanon, targeting members of the Hezbollah terrorist group.
We're concerned about is this new heightened level of proxy war, which heats up with these exchanges between Israel, Hezbollah, and Iran.
There are reports that Hezbollah believe that using old pager technology is safer for staying off the grid than current smartphones. Israel has yet to comment about the attacks. Hezbollah vows retaliation.
Catherine, Princess of Wales, held her first engagement since revealing she completed her chemotherapy treatment. Princess Kate hosted a meeting at Windsor Castle. No additional details were released. However, for years, she has focused on early childhood development. Kate released this video last week, confirming she was doing what she can to stay cancer-free. She's also starting a new phase of recovery with a renewed sense of hope and appreciation of life.
Breaking news just moments ago, the Federal Reserve announcing it's cutting interest rates for the first time in 4 years. That means it will cost Americans less to borrow money and could lead to lower prices elsewhere. KTLA 5's Trevor Shirley live now in Washington, D.C. with more. Trevor?
Glenn, good morning to you. We knew that this rate cut was coming, but up until just a few minutes ago, we didn't know to what extent they would actually lower rates this initial round.
Let's try this spinach quesadilla.
Rates by 0.5 percentage point. Some economists had speculated that the Fed might take a more conservative approach with this, maybe even cutting rates around 0.25 percentage point, but it turns out they've taken a more aggressive approach with this, and we now know they're lowering those interest rates initially by 0.5 percentage point. Certainly some good news for American consumers. That means that eventually they'll start to see this cut impact the price of goods in their everyday lives. Higher interest rates had elevated prices on everything from groceries to fuel to rent. Today's cut means most Americans will eventually start to see prices come down across some sectors, although experts say it's likely going to take multiple of these rate cuts before most Americans see some noticeable price decreases, and we do expect that today's cut will be the first in just a series of ongoing cuts that we see continue through 2025. It also means that Americans will eventually start paying less in credit card interest. It'll also cost you less to borrow money, say on things like a mortgage or even a car loan.
Today really represents just the first step, and it's that prolonged period of time, the cumulative effect of multiple rate cuts that's really going to add up to meaningful savings for borrowers.
Now today, again, we got this initial rate cut of 0.5 percentage point. The Fed has not indicated, though, when it might make another cut to interest rates. That likely be sometime later this year or even potentially first quarter of 2025. That's the latest here in Washington. We'll send it back to you guys in LA.
All right, Trevor Sherman, thank you. So if you're in the process of getting mortgage right now, call them and say, hey, I want a better rate.
Yeah. And yesterday, Laz was saying maybe wait till the beginning of next year when inventory might increase, a little better buying power. Oh, Kai, who wouldn't want to live in Southern California right now? This weather's gorgeous.
It's fantastic, the hellhole that we live in. Just terrible.
Yeah, all right, everybody. We've got another beautiful day outside. Look at all the sunshine right now. We've got nothing but good stuff happening in the forecast. We do have a little bit of an opportunity tomorrow to possibly see some light moisture, which we'll talk about as we make our way through the afternoon. But again, I'm going to emphasize the word light. We will not be seeing any heavy rainfall. It will be rather unsettled as we make our way through the day tomorrow, maybe even into Friday morning. We still, unfortunately, for the mountains in Orange, San Bernardino, Los Angeles County, have an air quality alert that's going to hold on through the rest of the afternoon today. So the smoke from some of that wildfire activity is continuing to stay up into the higher elevations. Look at this nice burn-off that has happened today. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures already making their way into the upper 60s and 70s. We've got a beautiful afternoon settling in the Inland Empire. Both San Bernardino, Riverside at 68, plenty of sunshine in Lancaster at 73, Burbank into the upper 60s, and yes, temperatures a couple to 3 degrees and 4 degrees warmer. We'll get into that. We'll talk about the minor rainfall, and then we'll get into a warm weekend forecast coming up next. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Kai. Up next at 11, a wild armed robbery is caught on camera.
Surveillance video shows robbers dropping into a check cashing business from the ceiling. Plus, KTLA's Omar Lewis joins us live.
Sam and Frank, we can tell you a one-of-a-kind Costco store is coming to South LA's Baldwin Hills neighborhood, bringing affordable housing and thousands of new jobs. Coming up, we'll take you into the groundbreaking ceremony that happened here earlier today.
I definitely did my homework and I landed on the tier D offer of Tundra. I like how Toyota pushes the envelope and challenges the status quo. That's kind of a staple of the Tundra. That truck, if I can say it, is badass. My name's Derek Haynes, and I drive a Toyota Tundra.
Today's the day you save with a 1.99 APR or a great lease on a new Tundra. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Discover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, where you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Whatever moves you, get away and awake Pechanga Resort Casino.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 1.9% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Oh, no, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
That was Roy Choi. He's like the godfather of modern food trucks. His Kogi sauce, we were the first to carry it. He comes here all the time for our native produce, but honestly, I think what he really gets a kick out of is seeing how high he can stack those club-sized boxes.
Go big or go home. Stack like you mean it. Smart and final. Where else?
Mi toca es una extensión de mi ser. Mi cultura, mis raíces, me impulsan a un innegable llamado a alcanzar más.
Nuestro llamado es construir camionetas, porque cuando oyes el llamado, nada pueda detenerte.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
A wild moment caught on camera in Atlanta as two robbers break into a check cashing business by dropping through the ceiling. An employee was inside at the time. You can see her startled reaction as the suspects make their way in and force her to open the safe. Investigators say they also asked her for directions on how to get out of the building. It's believed a third suspect was waiting outside as a lookout. The robbers got away with an estimated $150,000. That employee was not hurt. A groundbreaking has been held for a unique new apartment complex. In addition to having 800 units, the facility will also house a Costco store. KTLA 5's Omar Lewis is in Baldwin Hills with the details. Omar?
Yeah, Glenn, good morning to you. We can tell you that the 5035 Coliseum project is bringing many firsts to this neighborhood, breaking ground both literally and figuratively here in South LA. I want to show you the podium behind us here this morning where you can see this is where city, state, and local leaders spoke about the 5-acre site near Coliseum Street and La Brea Avenue. It's the first mixed-use development in the country to have Costco as its anchor retail store. And we heard from LA Mayor Karen Bass, who spoke about the thousands of new jobs and affordable housing units and how that will impact this community.
That has the potential to make generational impact on this neighborhood. We are here today to make one thing clear. More jobs, more housing, and more resources are coming to LA and to this community right here because of innovative development.
Take a look at the renderings. The project is also the first to get the green light under California's AB 2011. That's a state law designed to fast-track affordable housing developments. The project will have 800 apartment units with 184 units reserved for affordable housing. The mixed-use project is expected to address the housing crisis here declared by Mayor Bass and also address the food desert in this area. Thrive Living, the real estate company behind the project, announced their plans for the project last year. Again, the low-income apartment units will be just around $1,000 a month, and that's with utilities included. City, state, and local government officials, they all joined community leaders here today for that groundbreaking ceremony that kicked off here at 9 a.m. Officials spoke about how the project will bring thousands of new union construction jobs to the neighborhood while breathing new life into the area. Meanwhile, Costco says while this is their 53rd LA location, this store will be one of a kind. Take a listen.
Getting additional Costco's in Los Angeles is difficult. There's not a lot of free land. And through creative efforts and creative means, this is going to be the first of its kind in the United States for Costco.
We're looking for more restaurants, we're looking for more retail, we're looking for more things to come to the neighborhood, and this can be the start of that.
Back out here live, we know that city leaders are also talking about traffic concerns for many of the residents here. They're trying to figure out a way to get folks in and out quickly. Once construction begins, it will take about 2.5 years to complete this project. Now, the new layout of this store will be different from those other Costco's that are typically in warehouses, but this one, again, first of its kind, especially here in LA. That's the latest for now. Live from LA's Baldwin Hills neighborhood, I'm Omar Lewis. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Omar. Kai, looks like a nice day out there.
It is a beautiful day tonight. Yes, thanks so much. That's a great description on. We're looking at plenty of sunshine. We saw a very weak marine layer arriving late last night, and of course along the coast this morning. Still some signs of it. You can see off into the horizon. Still looking at a little bit of some low cloud cover, but again, all in all, we'll continue to see more sunshine pouring into the Southern California atmosphere throughout this Wednesday afternoon. You look at the numbers, quite comfortable. We've got 73 in Lancaster, 69 right now in Burbank, also upper 60s through Santa Monica, Long Beach Airport, 70, 72 right now as we take you into Santa Ana. So we're going to see things switching up quite significantly through the night tonight, and what's going to occur is you can see right off of the San Francisco coastline, look at that upper level low, that counterclockwise rotation. There's an area of showers that's going to head towards areas like Monterey, San Jose throughout the afternoon, and down into the Santa Cruz area as well. And we'll eventually see this low tracking in a southeasterly direction through the night tonight. Much of what we're going to see in terms of moisture stays at or above the point conception area. So we're talking about northern sections of Ventura, Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo County. Those are the communities that will see a better opportunity to pick up some rainfall. And for the inland areas of those communities, we'll expect to see a measurable rainfall. We could see a flood watch, and that's going to take us through very early tomorrow morning all the way through 11 p.m. tomorrow on Thursday night. Again, that flood watch stays north of Southern California. We will not be seeing any heavy rain here in Southern California. However, we could see some drizzle. We could also see a slight chance for some of the foothill and mountain communities to pick up a light bit of a measurable rainfall. So the cloud cover, once we make our way through the night tonight, and again, don't worry about this afternoon. Skies will continue to stay mostly sunny. But there we go. As we take a look at your Thursday tomorrow morning, drizzle opportunities along the coastline. We'll see once again most of the heavy moisture staying to the north. This takes us through the lunch hour, and we'll start to see little pockets of drizzle here and there. And you can see that as we take a look at the rainfall accumulated totals. Once again, most of the rain stays throughout the northern sections of the Southern California region, and then by tomorrow afternoon we start to see anywhere between 1 to 2, 3, 107 inches at the very most, and you can see much of that moisture continues to stay further and further inland. And this is very similar to what occurred here in Southern California at the beginning of the week, where we did see a great deal of instability. We saw a little bit of some drizzle here and there, and some communities saw a little bit of a light shower, but we're not going to see much again in terms of rainfall. But our temperatures will continue to stay below average. Van Nuys tomorrow, 75 degrees. Thursday afternoon in downtown Hollywood at about 74. We'll make our way to Yorba Linda, 76 degrees there. Thursday afternoon in the Inland Empire at about 78 to 79 degrees. And if you're an Inland Empire resident, don't worry about any moisture whatsoever. I don't think you'll see much rainfall, much moisture, much drizzle opportunities either, as much of the energy stays to the north. But downtown Los Angeles, a slight chance for some drizzle tomorrow, 72. Still a little bit unsettled on Friday at 72, but look at the weekend forecast downtown on Saturday, 81, Sunday, 85 degrees, and those warmer temperatures arriving for the first weekend of fall here in Southern California. And we will not be seeing very fall-like temperatures as we look at the Inland Empire by Monday. A daytime high of 96 degrees by Monday. The San Fernando Valley goes to about 97 Tuesday, 96 next Wednesday, 1 week from today, at about 80 as we begin to see a cool down. We're going to take a quick break. Your KTLA News is coming right back.
Mi toca es una extensión de mi ser, mi cultura, mis raíces, que impulsan a un innegable llamado a alcanzar más.
Nuestro llamado es construir camionetas, porque cuando oigas el llamado, nada pueda detenerte.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey Google, turn on Rocky's food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive Nissan Rogue today.
Get 0% financing for 36 months or get to $2,500 total savings on remaining select 2024 Road Platinum trims.
What if you could have
have more time for the most important moments of your life. More time for family.
More time for adventure. More time for downtime. You need a partner who can share the load. Someone with heavy equipment know-how, technical expertise, guaranteed workmanship you can count on. Partner like Philip Protective.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud.
September is Hunger Action Month, and we're lending a hand at our local food bank.
When people are fed, each is on nerves. This Hunger Action Month, join Feeding America and consider donating, volunteering, or advocating so everyone can be a part of the movement to end hunger.
What are you doing in there?
Do that. What are you doing? Looking for
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
I know you've been grinding. I know things aren't easy. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Love, your mind.
In today's Health Smart, scientists are revealing just how many harmful chemicals in the food.
A new report developing breast cancer and colorectal cancer at increasingly higher rates over the last few decades, and alcohol use may be one factor driving the trend. The report by the American Association for Cancer Research estimates 40%.
How y'all doing? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Push that like button. Come on in. Look at these spinach quesadillas, breakfast quesadillas, spinach breakfast quesadillas. Oh my
One of today's
God.
top stories up next at 11:30.
Including KTLA's Lauren Lister.
Got a good pot of grits with some spinach quesadillas.
Reporting a local cluster of people infected with dengue fever. This virus very rare for LA County. What officials are saying coming up.
I'm David Lazarus. The Fed had a choice to make about today's rate cut. Play it safe or go big. The Fed goes big. I'll tell you what you need to know coming up.
Apple's latest iPhone update is here with new ways to customize your home screen, protect your passwords, and maybe even a little AI. I'll show you how to make the most of iOS 18 coming up in Rich on Tech.
I definitely did my homework and I landed on the Tier D off-road Tundra. I like how Toyota pushes the envelope and challenges the status quo. That's kind of a staple of the Tundra. That truck, if I can say it, is badass. My name's Derek Haynes, and I drive a Toyota Tundra.
Today's the day to save with a 1.99 APR or a great lease on a new Tundra. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Driving the Nissan Rogue with Google built in is like...
Hey Google, turn on Rocky's food.
It's like the ultimate connection. See why it's been awarded a Consumer Guide Best Buy and recommended by Consumer Reports. Drive Nissan Rogue today.
Get 0% financing for 36 months or get up to $2,500 total savings of remaining select 2024 Rogue Platinum trims.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
As a mom, I want my kids' lives to be filled with joy and possibility. And I want that for every kid. That's why I support No Kid Hungry. and work in schools and communities to make sure every kid gets the healthy meals they need. Please join me in supporting No Kid Hungry for all kids.
Did you do it like you did the other one?
It got egg in it. That one got egg in it.
Yeah, I didn't put it in.
But that's the way I.
Oh, you gonna get.
All right. Breakfast. Somebody say, what is that? This is something you ain't never seen before. You ain't never had a dish like this in your life.
Oh, you might want to warm it back up. How long have you been in there? Your coffee. I just brought it out my break.
No, I need it. I'm good.
So a little bit more about dengue fever. It can cause flu-like symptoms such as high fever, joint and muscle pain, severe headache. It's common in some tropical and subtropical regions. As the public health director, truly uncommon in LA County. There are no
When he coming to town, I'll go get a ticket right now. Thank you, right now. What's up, Mr. James Bond?
Is to avoid mosquito bites and prevent mosquito breeding. So the health department says they are going door to door in the area of the.
I eat differently. I don't know if anybody else you ever watched before, if they ever had spinach, breakfast quesadillas, and grits for breakfast, and cooked it right before you, then they ain't like, me and them ain't the same. We ain't rolled from the same cloth. You can't go nowhere in America and get this meal that I just made anywhere. There's not a restaurant in America that'll make this meal for you. You can only get it and watch Snag eat it on Mr. Snack Push channel. This is some real shit. I've been trying to stay away from grits. From the last time I cooked some grits, I burnt my lip. Now. This right here. This is what everybody dreading to see what it is.
To extend the ban through next August, the action took place despite threats from Governor Newsom.
Look at that quesadilla.
The ordinance was adopted last month. It also imposes a moratorium on single-room occupancy and transitional housing.
The governor's actions reflect a bold approach to addressing homelessness. Billions of dollars have been spent, yet the price is only deepening.
If I had some guacamole to top this off, oh my God. Should have bought me some fresh avocados. Man, last night I went to the grocery store and I was looking for some guacamole. And they only had this one little section of guacamole. And they was like in pre-packaged, already packaged up. And the cheapest package was $10.61. I was like, God damn, I just want a little guacamole, not a whole bucket for $10.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In studio with us, talking about the Fed lowering the interest rate a half point.
Yeah, it looks like Wall Street was right. Yesterday, the Fed on Wall Street was there would be a half-point rate cut.
I should have cut this quesadilla up to make it more easier to eat. Got to cut it up. But it's delicious.
In the next year as well. Now, some analysts have thought that
grit.
would be tantamount to pushing the panic button.
Grits is the hardest food that you can find.
And that would cause jitters in the market, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
It's a breakfast cereal. That's why it's hard to find, because don't too many people know how to cook it.
now. Guaranteeing the soft landing, keeping us out of a recession is the main concern, and that's why we're going strong with this big shift in monetary policy. And so the Fed seems to be saying, we're on top of things, strong hand on the tiller. That seems to be the way they want this read, and it seems to be the Wall Street is reading it. Even though stocks were significantly higher right after the announcement, they've given some back.
Delicious. See that smoke kicking out?
As a result of this, what happens now? Well, as we talked about in the 4 o'clock show yesterday,
It tastes delicious too.
now averaging about 23%.
This is a spinach breakfast quesadilla.
That will continue in weeks and months to
It's got it's a spinach wrap
bad news. Savings accounts, certificates of deposit, they become less lucrative if the right
with cheese, with 4 Mexican cheeses on it.
they become less attractive. You might want to move fast and move it in liquid funds.
Then you got an egg, scrambled egg. Then you got 4 more Mexican cheeses sprinkled on top of the scrambled egg. You put butter in the pan. Place the tortilla flat in that motherfucker. As soon as you put it in, because you put butter in the pan, you want to hurry up and flip it over so you can have butter on both sides of the tortilla, right? Then let it simmer for a second. Put cheese on one side. You're just going to use half of it. Put cheese on that side. Put the eggs on it. Then put some more cheese. Then fold it in half. Let it sit for about 30 seconds. Then flip it over. Then let it sit for another about 35, 45 seconds. Then flip it over again. Then let it sit on that side 15 seconds. Then you flip it over again. And let it sit on that side for 15 seconds. And pull it out. I promise you. Perfect process. This shit come out so delicious. Cheese melted on both sides. Well, I didn't have but a little cheese. I had to spread these out a little bit. So you don't see the cheese gushing out of it like it usually, because I usually put a lot of cheese in it, but I had to spread this cheese out. I only had 2 eggs and I tried to make 3 quesadillas. So I had to spread it out a little bit. But, talking about one of the best meals you can ever have. And this is a meatless breakfast. This is a vegan meal. Oh God, this is good.
The bankruptcy filing represents what she called the challenging macroeconomic environment. Well, in reality, Tupperware is a victim of success. And it was a pioneer in both.
Let me see if y'all can catch this. Costco finna build a new store. Huh? I just told you guys one. They in the bottom drawer in my station.
The world is changing around us, so it is.
Last thanks. We'll see you in the next hour.
I'll be back. Okay.
Apple's iOS 18 is out with new ways to customize the iPhone and boost security.
Rich Spinach checks it all out in today's Rich on Tap.
Been slow, man. I only had 2 haircuts today.
iOS 18 is all about customization, security, and eventually AI.
But with those 2 haircuts, I done already made like $210.
iOS 18 is here, and it brings some of the biggest changes to the iPhone when it comes to personalization and security. What's not here just yet is Apple's AI. That's set to arrive soon.
You said, how did I do that? Well, my first client, he came early this morning around 6 o'clock. He gave me $150 for the cut and gave me a $10 tip.
You can place them anywhere. Finally, you can also lock an app behind Face ID.
So that $160. Then I had another client
or schedule a message to send it later.
that came in and he got a fade, paid $40, no tip. That was a walk-in client, came in during regular hours. So I add that $40 to that $160,
And on the lock screen, you can swap out the flashlight and
That's
camera
200.
for your choice of shortcuts.
That's what it was.
Now, if you really want to protect your online identity, you have to
I made $200 off 2 haircuts.
Apple's new Passwords Manager app can help. Here you can
That's what it
generate
is.
and store unique passwords. While I might like third-party apps better, if you're all in on Apple, this is a great start. 2 more tricks in iOS 18 I love. You can now finally pause a video recording. And inside the Calculator app, there's a new feature called Math Notes, which will solve your math problems instantly. This might be the most complicated iOS release ever. iOS 18 is available now for the iPhone SE 2, as well as the iPhone XR and up. That's the 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Keep in mind, those AI features are rolling out over the next few months in beta. You'll need an iPhone 15 Pro or any iPhone 16 model to access them. I'm Rich DeNiro, that's Rich on Tech.
Up next, give your beauty lineup some extra star power this fall. We'll show you the celebrity-approved must-have items that will make you feel like an A-lister every day. Plus, ties back to the forecast.
Well, greetings, everybody. What a beautiful day today here in Southern California. However, things are going to change. Get ready for cloud cover, maybe a little bit of moisture for tomorrow's forecast, which, of course, I'll have for you in KCL News coming right back.
I never thought about a dental implant specialist until this.
Yes. This. Till this.
Till this. I am grateful for dental implant GPS. GPS.
GPS.
Call Dental Implants GPS.
Goya Foods, the largest Hispanic
No.
company in the U.S. and KTLA5 recognized Hispanic Heritage Month. Championing families, Goya gives food donations to help thousands struggling with food insecurity. And Goya Cares is raising awareness to fight child trafficking. Proudly offering nutritious quality food. Goya's commitment to family and the well-being of our communities has been a hardwood company since 1936. Holding true to its motto. If it's Goya, it has to be good. Now get a $329 month lease or a low 4.99 APR on the all-new, all-hybrid Camry.
Toyota, let's go.
With Chevy trucks being ready for adventure.
Man, when you mix soul food with Mexican food, man, tastes good. All love, bro. Why you say that? Yes. Why you say that? Why you say, no, sir? The weekend coming, you be straight. TR36. I don't want you on my page no more. You a hoe. You a bitch ass nigga. Do you post the haircuts? No, a lot of the times I don't. I'm not trying to prove to the world that I'm the best barber. I'm just a barber that know how to cut hair, and I'm available for anybody that can get it. But I don't work that hard. If I work harder than what I'm working right now, I probably could strike about $500,000 in 1 year. Cutting hair, just cutting hair alone. If I just go a little harder.
Track down some of the exact products of favorite celebs. Swear by to top off the signature look.
But I get tired of cutting by myself. It's boring when you cut hair by yourself. You know, every barber that's inside of a barber shop brings a certain personality to the shop. You're gonna have a chill barber. You're gonna have a over hyper barber. You're gonna always have a conservative barber. You're gonna have that bougie ass barber. You know what I mean? But with all those personalities combined together, it makes a perfect barbershop. Because you gotta balance it out. And that's what type of people it is in the world. Everybody different in a certain way. And one out of those 5 barbers is gonna be compatible to a lot of clients. You know what I mean? Thank you.
Wow, that's interesting. So this is with the pheromones. It definitely does. Okay, from Zane, who's selling his pillow talk. Yes. You like what I'm doing here? I love it. I think you probably did this on purpose. Every celeb loves this particular new lipstick. If you see a celebrity with a really good nude lip on the red carpet, it's probably Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. We have Prince of Brunson wearing it on the red carpet. We have Sarah Parker right here. Casey Musgrove loves it. Again, Prince of Brunson, she's about to drop out and showing you a beautiful nude lip. This is the new lipstick that's launched 1,000 imitators. It is so popular that Charlotte wants a line of glosses. I have the gloss on right now. And one sells every minute. It is very popular. Yes, and it's really a one-size-fits-all. Maybe you don't know everybody. I know the makeup room here loves Pillow Talk. Yes. Okay, setting those brows. Which celeb loves this product? So Bella Hadid is a big fan of the refined brow sculpt. I love it too, and it's gone viral many times because it is the perfect gel wax fiber that creates that laminated effect. If you had tweezers in the 90s like I did, all you need is a few sweeps of this to set your hairs into place and fake a fuller appearance. And because it's clear, it kind of locks all the magic into place. And I was going to ask, does this clear out once it's on? Totally. It dries clear, but it looks white. But don't be scared. Just sleep it on, wait for it to dry and set, and you're good to go. I mean, the Hadids know how to do a nice high brow. Oh, for sure. And this doesn't look like Snoop Dogg, but apparently he's tied to this.
What's up, Tatika?
Snoop Dogg actually brought Parker
How you doing?
Selena, this small bottle here, to the Olympics with him when he was doing all of. He's opening his travel bag.
Shatika Wood.
Bottle right there. And we spread it on during the teas. It's a beautiful blend
Man,
of rose, rhubarb.
I had a friend when I was younger. Her name was Shakika, something like that. Close to it. And
according to your skin's chemistry, it smells totally different on everybody. It smells very floral on me. I'm wondering if it smells deeper.
She was a good friend.
On Snoop, but he's a big fan.
I liked her a lot.
I never would have looked at
She ain't
this
look all
and thought,
that.
oh, that must be in Snoop's go bag.
I ain't want to get caught seen by nobody else, being that type of friend to her. But we got along for a long time until she started spreading rumors on me, talking about I was talking to her. That girl messed up a good friendship. She should have not have spread those rumors on me, talking about I was going with her. We was in a relationship. Oh, hell no.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm allergic to perfumes. It's not giving me any reaction, so it's quite nice and quite light. I like that stuff. All right, everybody. Well, we've got a beautiful day here in Southern
crispy
California.
chicken breast
Sun shining right from my Mount Wilson camera and marine layer.
and French fries.
Still beginning to burn off just a little bit more, and of course our beach communities, including Point Lagoon.
Well, you know the only way you're supposed to eat French fries with chicken is when you get it from Louisiana chicken. Any other time you cook chicken, fried chicken, it's supposed to come with macaroni and cheese, greens, collard greens, like candy yams. Like, I know you is not disrespecting chicken breast. And how do you know your chicken breast is gonna come out crispy if you ain't fried it yet? I just don't understand people. I'm cooking crispy chicken. How you know your crispy? I just don't know. No, I believe you should keep it. Let me ask you something. Do you make your batter special? Do you put eggs, salt and pepper, milk in a bowl? Dip your chicken in flour, then dip them in the eggs, then dip them back in the flour, dip them in the eggs, then dip them back in the flour. Shake them in the flour real good, then drop them in the grease. You ain't got that country egg batter crispy chicken. You do not, girl, don't say no shit like that. You do not cook chicken like my grandma. She like, yep. Don't steal my grandma's recipe neither. But you gotta season the eggs with the milk. Put a little what she used to put in there. My grandma used to spice it up. She'll put a little salt and pepper, some Lowry seasoning salt, some Mrs. Dash natural seasoning. She'll spice it up. Some sea salt, some pepper, a little paprika, just a little paprika. Just a little. Like she'd do a pinch. She'll go in there and get a pinch of paprika and pinch it on that goddamn. She put all that inside of the flour. Like she seasoned her flour. Then she put seasoning all over the meat. She like stuffed it all in the chicken ass, and she made sure the Lowry seasoning is all the way on that motherfucker. Like none can cook like that grandma. For real, I'm just telling you how my grandma. That's how I'm talking about. Every piece of my grandma chicken was delicious. I'm talking about that motherfucker. I'm talking about every piece, even the gristle. You tried to eat the gristle off my grandma's chicken. She had the whole chicken seasoned like. That's where I cook my chicken still to this day. And if I eat anybody else's chicken and it ain't seasoned that good, I don't want it. That's why, hands down, I give Popeyes the best fast food chicken on the market. Like, they got the best fast food chicken recipe on the market. Now, that's what you call crispy chicken. I love that chicken from Popeyes. Yeah. Say you love my hair, thank you. They say ain't no way I am this old with this type of hair. I got all my baby edges. Y'all know how old I am, don't you? How old do I look? How old do I am? How old is I? How old is I? I just want to know. Do you know how old I is? How old I is? Do you know that? Man, I met a woman last night so damn beautiful. That motherfucker said one thing and turned me off, and I walked away. She had the most beautifulest name. I want to have your name. Oh man, her name was beautiful. She had the most beautifulest face. I'm talking about beautiful. And she was 37 years old. Beautiful. Bombshell. She said she only had one child, and her child was grown, and he moved out the house. And I was like, for real? Man. Y'all know the one thing she said that made me walk away? She said, yeah, my son just had his second baby. His second baby? So you a grandmama at 37? Oh, hell no. 37-year-old grandmama. I was like, what the fuck? And she distracted me. As soon as she said my son had his second child, So you a grandmama at 37? I'm 48 and I ain't a grandfather. Like, I tell my daughter every time, you better not have no goddamn baby right now. Shit, I ain't through having none. You gonna have to explain to your child how in the hell you got an uncle younger than you. Like, you, all right, you better not have no children right now. I didn't tell you I was finished having children. See, y'all gotta talk to y'all children. See? Because she still had little life left. I was finna put another one in her. I sure was, but she said she had a grandbaby. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. Because now she gonna be too much, her mind gonna be too much into the grandchildren. She gonna want me to put some energy into them grandchildren, and I ain't doing that. I ain't got no grandkids. And I ain't talking to no woman that is a grandmama. Now, if she's a side piece, or I'm her side piece, that's a big difference. Yeah, Nuna, I'm 48, I'll be 49 this year. Ain't God good? Look at him. Look at him. You know what? About 2 weeks ago, I woke up, I had gray hairs all over my beard. I woke up about a week ago, and the Lord blessed me, and I looked in the mirror, and wasn't none of them there. And I thought about it. What the Lord blessed me to have skills to do the night before. I plucked every one of them motherfuckers out. I'm too young for goddamn gray hairs. So now I look good. You know what I'm talking about? God bless y'all. Y'all don't like me. I am, well, I've been counting backwards since I was 35. This year I'm 24. But every time I tell somebody I'm 24, they don't believe it. So now I got to start going back up. Like, I got to start going back up. So next year I'm going to be 26. Yeah. 25. I'm going to say 25. I'm going back up. 25. Yeah. What's up, Freddie? How you doing, man? Push that like button. Show me some love. This video ain't going nowhere. My audience ain't growing nowhere. But I am growing. Y'all see that? I got 8,000 subscribers now. Ain't God good? Man, hashtag, yes, he is. All the time. Ain't God good? All right, we finna keep moving up that ladder, and I ask everybody to share the videos, get more people to subscribe. I don't know what I done in the last couple months, but something done happened where I'm getting more subscribers than I averagely ever did. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know why people don't like me. And I really fit the part. I fit the part to be a comedian that can play in young acting roles, and I can relate to the youth. I can wake up the youth. I can help them smell the coffee at an early age. Man, if I had anything to do with our black youth, it'll be a lot of black entrepreneur, young businessmen that have their own businesses, starting businesses, creating other brothers that help start their businesses. Like, we wouldn't need nobody if I had my word in the young youth there and showing them how to make it happen. And I'll be an investment. I invest into each one of their ass. So would. Like, I'll put $1 down on these niggas because I know I'm finna make a profit. It's capitalism, man. If you really want to make a lot of money in America, bet on people. Put your money on people. I keep telling y'all, man, that's the secret to success. If you really want to get rich, invest your money into people. Like, invest into me and let me invest it into a homeless shelter that we gonna charge people every night to come and stay in our homeless shelter. We gonna make so much money. So live. I need to get in contact with that white boy, man. It's a white boy out of New York, and he always funding everybody. Jeff Bezos, not Jeff Bezos. I forgot that white guy name. But he funded Black Lives Matter. He funded a lot of stuff. He a Jewish guy. He loved controversy. He loved to invest in the shit that's gonna start controversy. I wish I could meet this white guy to go on and invest into me and help me go on and get some shit going, so I can take half of the black community off into the desert with me. I'm gonna take a whole bunch of black people out in the middle of nowhere, and we're gonna build our own city. We're gonna build our own city.
That has reviewed the Diddy case believes there is a bleak outlook for the rapper and mogul, given the amount of evidence against him, including some 50 potential victims. Sean Diddy Combs says he is innocent and plans to fight for his freedom, for the time being at least, while awaiting trial. After a firestorm of controversy and scandal, it finally happened. Rapper and entrepreneur Sean Diddy Combs built an empire around entertainment and various commercial enterprises. But federal prosecutors say his dealings over the decades also included criminal enterprises and sex trafficking. Diddy was arrested Monday night and pleaded not guilty in federal court in New York on Tuesday to charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The arrest follows a wave of sexual assault lawsuits and a federal human trafficking investigation in the past year. The judge ruled that Combs will stay in custody while he faces charges. Prosecutors contend he is dangerous and a flight risk. However, his attorneys are fighting for house arrest pending trial, and they plan to argue for that provision Wednesday afternoon.
Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges.
Earlier this year, law enforcement personnel served search warrants at Diddy's mansions in Beverly Hills and Miami, where they say they discovered assault rifles, mountains of drugs, and electronic evidence of aggressive sexual behavior.
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performance of sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
The weekend coming up, you'll be straight. I'm straight now, bro. You see, I got a client sitting in my chair right now as I speak.
Outside the building, we will bring you the latest developments each hour. Live in the news center, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
All right, thank you, Chris. Harvey Weinstein is scheduled to be arraigned on additional sex crimes charges in New York today.
What gym you go to?
Grand jury.
Oh man.
I don't go there, my brother. I just go with him.
Oh, okay.
Three initial allegations. I just started going back today. As far as the mid-2000s. Weinstein has been recovering from emergency heart surgery at a Manhattan hospital this month. Is also awaiting a retrial after his original conviction was
Another day, another dollar.
this year. That trial is scheduled to begin November 12th.
Developing news, a new round of exploding devices has killed at least 9 more people in Lebanon. Today, walkie-talkies exploded in parts of the country.
They exploding walkie-talkies. Boy, they got Hezbollah is fucking scared to touch anything. They looking at cell phone like, I don't want that shit. I don't want no pager. I don't want no walkie-talkie. I don't want nothing. Man.
Today, health officials are alerting the public about new cases of dengue fever diagnosed in LA County.
That disease is typically acquired by overseas travel, but officials say
I know one thing. Whoever passed out them cell phones.
Glenn and Lou, what's different about these cases is they don't require
Whoever gave out those damn them pages, they did. They unlied them so fast. Who ordered those pages? Who ordered those walkie-talkies? Don't nobody know what I'm talking about right now.
Dengue fever typically lasts 2 to 7 days. Most will recover, but for 1 in 20, it can be very severe, even life-threatening, resulting in shock or respiratory failure. Public health officials say locally acquired cases are extremely rare, but they are recommending some precautions. While the widespread transmission of dengue remains low, we do urge residents, particularly in Baldwin Park, to take simple steps to reduce exposure to mosquitoes. These include using insect repellent to prevent mosquito bites and have a good tablet. Pretty easy. You can put it on when you're outside. A little bit more about dengue fever. It can cause flu-like symptoms such as high fever, joint muscle pain, severe headache. It is